sometimes, we said before this started, you got to have a wee bit of luck, and Forfar got that wee bit of luck there.
Has been really hectic so far though, Jordan, hasn't it? Both teams have been really direct.
Aye.
But it will be Watley who looks to deliver this. It's clipped in by Watley, it's met by the head. And it's in the net by Stuart Morrison.
Well, Michael, I've got to say, Shea Kelly came out for that and decided to go back in his line, and I think he's well out of position for it. I think it caught him off guard, and, you know, take nothing away from the header, but I think Shea Kelly could have maybe done a wee bit better there, than honestly.
Here is Livingston, who looks to just step over that one, but Lewis Martin can only put it behind for a throw-in.
Good defending by Martin, because Livingston does well initially there.
Johnson for Livingston. As they feed it through for Chris Johnson. Johnson onto the right foot, now he lays it off, and it's just cut out by Dolzanski. And he's probably not favoured foot, his right foot, but here is McIntosh up against Dolzanski. He looks to dig out delivery. There's McIntosh. Livingston challenges. It's going to be picked up by Docherty. Has a strike. It's curling Jordan, but not enough, and it's comfortably wide in the end for Cammy Clark. He's got Gordon Walker ahead of him, who's come all the way across to this left-hand side to get on the ball, and here's Tony Wallace and Gordon Walker. I think he's just impeded there by Stuart Morrison. I think he's taken a little bit of a sore one to the face.
I think it's maybe, I don't think the referee seen it fully there, but I think it's maybe the linesman that gave that, which obviously don't mind. To me, it's also a foul.
Gordon Walker will be hoping his good looks are still intact.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Sure they will.
Docherty's to cut this forward towards Leighton McIntosh. Leighton McIntosh gets to the header, Stafford, and pokes it into the back of the net. Superb from Dumbarton. Dom Docherty with a quick thinking free kick. Leighton McIntosh finds the front of perfection and just hooks it beyond D. Stafford to equalise for the Sons.
By the way, Leighton McIntosh and Dom Docherty, the only two switched on at Dumbarton Stadium, because that's absolutely tremendous. Absolutely brilliant. Game on.
I think credit needs to go to the referee as well, Jordan. How often do you see referees pull stuff like that back?
Oh, 100%.
But here's Morrison, he's held off. Clark plays that across goal, and what a save by Kelly. It's Mailer with the second bite of the cherry. Taps it home. And Forfar reinstate the lead almost instantly. Shea Kelly for a great initial save, but Angus Mailer was alive to tap home. And it's 2-1 to the visitors. I think that was meant to go to the way of Tony Wallace, but just the wrong execution from Adam Livingston. Hook clear towards Martin Rennie, won by Morgan Neal. Dom Docherty's going to challenge. And Dom Docherty is going to be in the book here for a high boot. And so is Mackenzie Lehman for his appeals. I think that was Stuart Morrison, I think.
A good initial play for Forfar, but got to see Aaron Linus as well. I think Gordon Walker's just obviously got to try and put a bit more on the pass.
That's a great ball for Clark for Gordon Walker. Can he cut it back? And it's saved by Stafford and just over the head of Wallace. Livingston's going to need to pick this up. It's fell kindly for Docherty, but Angus Mailer so strong in the challenge. And here's Rennie for Bright. No, Gordon Walker's so good at making a late run towards the back post. Here's Linus for Tony Wallace. And that's cannoned off Mackenzie Lemon and out for a Dumbarton corner. And it will be Livingston to deliver. And it comes from Adam Livingston. And talking to Neil Stafford, it's helped on, I think, by Cammy Clark. But just over the bar.
Great ball and a great header. I know, just obviously a bit off target as well, so unfortunately.
Yeah, but Neil Stafford was totally out the game there, Jordan, wasn't he? Just unfortunate, as you said, but it's just off target. Walker delivers first time towards the back post. It's away. It's going to be picked up by Walker. It's going to find its way out to the right hand side. It's delivered. It's away. It's nearly found its way to Kai Kilpatrick, and it's Stuart Morrison who's gotten in front and finds Scott Shepherd. Rennie and Shepherd's onside here. Here comes Scott Shepherd now. First time. Strikes past Kelly and into the back of the net. And that was so too easy for Forfar. Scott Shepherd just made the run from his own half, frees a bird. Shea Kelly comes out, Jordan, probably once again, as you said, in no man's land. And Scott Shepherd just places the ball beyond Shea Kelly. McIntosh for Livingston, driving forward as Adam Livingston. And Scott Shepherd back, working ever so hard. And Angus Mailer brought down by Dom Docherty, who's really walking a tightrope here. He's already on a booking. Back with Morgan Neal for Shea Kelly. And Kelly just kind of excuse his clearance, and Scott Shepherd looks to pick this up, and he's went down on a challenge of Dom Docherty, who really does have to be careful, Jordan. I think that's his second foul he's committed after his booking. Controlled by Docherty, back towards Morgan Neal. Shea Kelly. His clearance is won by Dolzanski, and it's brought down by Gordon Walker, who looks to feed this through to Chris Johnson on the right hand side. Back for Walker. Walker working his way down the right hand side. Again, you've seen his earlier corner was met by the head of Cammy Clark, but just unfortunately for Dumbarton it didn't cause Forfar any problems. But this will come in from Livingston. It's a deep one, right towards the back post towards Morgan Neal. And all Morgan Neal can do is get contact on it and put it behind.
Final ball is not great at all.
Misplacing passes, overcooking passes, just not being in the same wavelength for each other. It's just giving the opposition the ball back, and that's a foul. And Jordan Hayes really, yeah,
walking in thin ice.
He is indeed. I'll be very surprised if you see Dom Docherty come back out for the second half, Jordan. Yeah, and I think we're going to see this change right now, which we'll see Dom Docherty replaced by Ryan Blair. As we say, Dom Docherty really walking a tightrope after his booking, committed 3 fouls, and probably a smart move from the management side, to be honest, Jordan.
We need players to roll up the sleeves and stand up.
Here comes Forfar again with Watley, just picking up set ball. Rennie's header is allowed Shepherd in front there. Here comes Mailer with Rennie. Rennie gets down on the challenge of Cammy Clark. And this might be Martin Rennie to stand over this one, Jordan, is it? Big striker, Martin Rennie.
Yeah, looks like it.
It'll be Rennie to have a strike. What a goal that is! What a goal that is from Martin Rennie!
By the way, Michael, pick that out. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable, what a goal. Look, do you know what? In this game we could have prevented goals, but you're not preventing that. That's excellent. That's a superb strike. And that hill becomes a mountain to climb.
And he will lead this for Scott Bright, who's coming all the way across the left hand side. Jordan looks like he might be preparing to launch one himself.
Yep, as I say, I'm a bit of a fan of the long throw, to be honest. I think it's good at the areas you can kind of get the ball in the box, so Dumbarton's just need to just defend it.
It's going to fall quickly for Rennie, and it's just by the post. Like you're far off the performance today, to be honest.
I know, I think the full place just kind of went flat the last wee while as well, isn't it? They're right up against it.
Hooked around the corner, looking towards McIntosh. It's just headed away by Dolzanski. Sinfield. It's a decent strike, a decent effort from Leighton McIntosh, but unfortunately always rising.
And hopefully, I'm just glad that Martin Rennie's away off now, and he's not got enough chance to bury another free kick.
Scott Shepherd this time, and Scott Shepherd not quite as bad as Willie Gibson's a few weeks ago, but no great. McIntosh. Walker, back for Leighton McIntosh. Way by Morrison and McAlinden, and Mailer worked well together, and here comes Forfar with Stuart Morrison on the left foot, has a strike, and it's at Shea Kelly. Put forward by Watley. It's going to be kept in here down the right hand side. It's found its way to Shepherd. It's got the initial save, and it's still balancing with Walker. Walker does well. Well, that's it, Jordan. Dumbarton 1, Forfar 4. A bad day at the office. What can we say?
It's just frustrating, isn't it? A bit of a gutter today. You say bad day at the office. Look, I think they're on our fixtures. You've like Auckland Talbot next week, which will be a massive Scottish Cup game. But then after that, like in the league, you've got
Edinburgh City,
then home at East Kilbride. So we need to pick up points in the league. But look, up against it today. Maybe a wee break for the league, or maybe do us a world of good next week. But I think obviously it'd be good to get some players like Mark Dunn and Scott Tomlinson all these guys. Hopefully Ryan Blair's not too bad as well, you know. Back in and, you know, for next week and the weeks after that. So, as I say, up against it, but look, that's what it is now. We need to move on and, you know, try and pick up points in the league and get through this Scottish Cup fixture against Auckland Talbot.